Well, it's easy to see everything's very ship-shape in the kitchen department, or should I say galley department, on board HMAS Darwin. And you've been so kind inviting me on board, the least I can do is to do a recipe just for the ship. It's the consuming passions, mixed seafood, and coriander and lime mayonnaise. How does that sound?
Sounds great to me.
Perhaps you could give me a hand preparing it, and I start with the seafood. A wide range of seafoods from around Australia, starting with smoked sardines from Fremantle on the west coast, Sydney rock oysters, superb Tasmanian salmon from the south, also from the south, but further over to the western side, tuna from Esperance, and from the northwest, fabulous prawns. And perhaps you wouldn't mind, Cole, just give me a hand with those, shelling those.
Sure do.
And when you've done those, there's just a few more there, and I'll do the sardines. These sardines have been lightly smoked, they just need cutting up. And of course, sardines, once a bait food, is now becoming a fashionable gourmet item. The rock oysters, these don't need anything, they're so fresh, they can go onto the salad just as they are. The Tasmanian salmon, this just needs pan searing on both sides in a very little oil. Could even be eaten raw. Perhaps, Cole, one of your fine persons could do this.
Thanks.
The tuna from Esperance, this will be served raw, sashimi style, so it just needs to be cut into strips, and I will drizzle a little lime juice over it to lightly pickle. And the prawns, how are they doing?
Yep, they're ready.
Absolutely perfect. Now to the mayonnaise. A very simple mayonnaise, much like the classic, but with a touch of Thai. A couple of egg yolks into a bowl, then I add the grated rind of a couple of limes, or if you can't get limes, lemon will do, won't be quite the same, and their juice, some pepper, the tiniest amount of salt, and a spoonful or so of mustard. I'm actually using an Australian mango and chili mustard from Queensland. This is then mixed well before I start adding some oil. And the first oil in is a little sesame, just a few drops, for that wonderful nutty flavor. And then I add some peanut oil, very, very slowly, a dribble at a time. The secret of making mayonnaise is to add the oil very slowly at first, and then as it thickens, you can increase the speed. Now, it may seem a lot of oil, but of course this will go a long way. Finally, I add the coriander, a couple of tablespoons. You can also use mint or basil, a final stir, and the taste test. Oh, bliss! Now to assemble the salad. Onto a large serving platter go some mixed lettuces, and then the Sydney rock oysters. The strips of smoked, lightly smoked Fremantle sardines. Some flakes of the Tasmanian salmon, just lightly cooked, seared in a pan. Some of the tuna that's just been pickling in some lime juice. Those perfectly shucked prawns. And now some more vegetable, a little fennel, which of course works so well with fish and seafood, a little witloof, the Belgian chicory, and of course, to finish off, the triumph, the coriander and lime mayonnaise, dabbed liberally across the top. A final sprinkling of spring onion, and it's time for the ultimate test. For Commander Thomas and the intrepid crew of HMAS Darwin, the mixed platter with coriander and lime mayonnaise. I wonder how they're finding it.
Bliss. Bliss.
Bliss.
Bliss.
Ian, that was magnificent. I can't give you a medal, but I can give you a HMAS Darwin ball cap. Thank you very much indeed
Look,
for all your
it's
efforts.
been
on
my
behalf of the
absolute
Darwin.
pleasure. How's that? Fair winds and following seas to you all from Consuming Passions.